The Arab-Muslim Conquest of Tunisia, gateway to North Africa. The Arab-Muslim Conquest of Tunisia in the 7th century stands as one of the most significant historical turning points in North African history. It marked the beginning of Islamic influence in the Maghreb and laid the foundations for Tunisia's religious, cultural, and linguistic transformation, impacts that endure to this day. Pre-Islamic Tunisia, a region in transition before the advent of Islam, Tunisia was a province of the Byzantine Empire, which had inherited the remnants of Roman authority in the Mediterranean. Once home to the legendary city of Carthage, the mighty rival of Rome in the Punic Wars, Tunisia had become a key grain-producing region for the Roman world. However, by the 7th century, Byzantine control was weakened due to internal strife, poor governance, and ongoing conflicts with emerging powers. The local Berber population, indigenous to North Africa, often resisted imperial rule and maintained their tribal structures and religions, setting the stage for a major shift in power. The early Muslim expansion into North Africa, following the death of the Prophet Muhammad in 632 CE, the Islamic Caliphate launched a series of military campaigns aimed at expanding the influence of Islam beyond the Arabian Peninsula. These campaigns, known collectively as the Islamic conquests, rapidly brought vast territories under Muslim rule. By the 640s, Arab forces had already conquered Egypt and began pushing westward. Their advance into North Africa was part of a broader strategy to weaken Byzantine control and establish new Islamic centers of power. Tunisia, with its strategic coastal position and rich agricultural lands, was a key objective. Uqba ibn Nafi and the founding of Kairouan, a pivotal figure in the Muslim conquest of Tunisia, was the Arab general Uqba ibn Nafi. In 670 CE, Uqba led a large Muslim force into the region and founded the city of located in the interior of modern-day Tunisia. This city would grow to become a major center of Islamic learning, governance, and military organization. Kairouan was more than a military outpost. It was a symbol of permanence and vision. Its establishment signaled that the Arab presence in Tunisia was not merely a campaign but a long-term transformation. The Great Mosque of Kairouan, built shortly after the city's founding, remains one of the oldest and most important mosques in the Muslim world, and it played a critical role in the spread of Islamic scholarship in Africa. Berber resistance and the role of the Arab conquest met strong resistance from the Berber tribes, who were fiercely independent and deeply rooted in the land. One of the most legendary figures of this resistance was a Berber queen and military leader who led a major uprising in the late 7th century. Al-Kahina, believed to be either Jewish or pagan, united various tribes in an effort to expel the Arab forces. Her resistance was powerful and temporarily successful. She even regained control over significant territory. However, after several years of battle, she was ultimately defeated around 698 CE by the Arab general Hazin ibn al-Numan. Her defeat marked the final stage of the conquest and opened the door for full Arab-Muslim control of Tunisia. Conversion, integration, and legacy. Following the consolidation of Arab power, a gradual process of Islamization and Arabization began. Many Berbers converted to Islam, whether for spiritual, political, or economic reasons. The Arabic language slowly replaced Latin and Berber tongues in official and religious contexts, and Islamic culture deeply influenced local customs, architecture, and governance. Tunisia became a key province of successive Islamic caliphates, including the Umayyads, Abbasids, and later the Fatumids. Kairouan in particular became a beacon of Islamic jurisprudence, attracting scholars and students from across the Islamic world. The Arab-Muslim conquest also transformed Tunisia's international connections. No longer a marginal part of a distant empire, Tunisia was now embedded in the Islamic world, linked by trade, scholarship, and faith to cities like Cairo, Baghdad, Damascus, and Mecca. A lasting transformation. The Arab-Muslim conquest of Tunisia in the 7th century was more than a military victory. It was a civilizational shift. It introduced a new religion, new governance structures, and new cultural norms that would define Tunisia for centuries to come. The conquest bridged the ancient and Islamic worlds and positioned Tunisia as a gateway between Africa, the Arab East, and the Mediterranean West. Today, the echoes of this transformation are visible in Tunisia's language, religion, architecture, and identity, a testament to the enduring legacy of this formative era.